Hey everyone, do you know the world of travel is shifting in a ways that you won't believe?
India is booming, America is busting, and global tourism just flipped on its head.
The world doesn't want American beaches anymore, but India's getting all the sun.
While Indians are packing their bags to explore the globe, a jaw-dropping report has just surfaced revealing that the United States is on the brink of a tourism disaster.
A travel trade deficit in the US? Yep, Americans are leaving, but no one's arriving.
This isn't just a dip, it's a full-blown collapse of brand America in tourism.
The US won't admit it, but its tourism is in a free fall. Here's the data they don't want you to see.
While rest of the planet, including India, is riding a wave of travel resurgence, the US is the only country among 184 where the international tourist spending is expected to crash significantly in 2025, wiping out a staggering $12.5 billion. That's like losing an entire GDP of a small nation, and it's happening in the land of free. But here's the twist. While America's tourism crown is slipping, India is shining brighter than ever. In 2024, international visitors poured a record $3.1 trillion into Indian economy, marking an unprecedented boom. So what's going on? Why is the world suddenly avoiding US? And could this downturn be a golden opportunity for India's tourism to steal the spotlight on the global stage? And for Indian travelers dreaming of that classic American holiday, think of New York's bright lights or California's sunny beaches. What does this mean for your plans? Stay with me as we deep dive into the high-stakes story that's reshaping the world of travel. From the bustling streets of Mumbai to the quiet corners of Grand Canyon. This is a tale of two worlds. One is rising, one is falling. You won't believe what's happening, and it's all unfolding right now. In March 2025, the number of visitors from major countries to America dropped sharply. Visitors from UK were down by almost 15% from a year before. For Germany, it was even worse, with a drop of over 30%. Even the neighbors Canada and Mexico were visiting less. But here's the most unusual part. While world is not coming to America, but Americans are leaving to other countries in huge numbers. Travel from US to other countries is booming. This creates something called a travel trade deficit. Think of it in this way. Imagine a lot of money is leaving from your house to be spent outside, but a very little amount is coming in. This is what's happening in the US economy with tourism. While Americans traveling within their own country is helping to keep the industry running for now, it's hiding a serious problem. The international tourists who spend the most money are disappearing, and the US is losing the top spot as a travel destination. So what is causing this big change? It's not just one single reason, it's a combination of problems that have made US a less friendly, more difficult and more expensive place to visit. So first, and maybe the biggest problem, is just how hard it is to get into that country. The long and frustrating wait times for visa are a huge issue. For millions of people, including many from India, the first step is getting an interview at a US embassy. As of 2025, the wait times have been unbelievable. In Chennai, the wait time for a visitor visa appointment has been over 400 days. Really. In Bogota, Colombia, it's been over 500 days. Even though there are efforts to fix this, a lot of people have already been discouraged. Just think about it. If you want to plan a trip with your family, it's a vacation, right? Would you want to wait for a year just to get the interview, right? Of course not. You would simply choose to go somewhere else, right? And then there is cost. An American vacation has become incredibly expensive. The US dollar is very strong and the prices within the country are high. This means for tourists, their money doesn't go very far. For someone from India, a meal that costs 2000 rupees in a good restaurants at a home country feel like it's cost 10,000 rupees in US. When your money can buy you a much longer and more luxurious trip in Europe or Asia, the choice is simple. You also can't ignore how people see America right now. A tense political situation, a news stories, and about strict immigration rules have created a feeling that US isn't welcoming as it was before. And it has a real effect. People around the world are worried about safety and prefer visiting places that feel more open and stable. And finally, the other countries are competing much better, while the US has made it harder to visit. Countries across Europe and Asia are making it easier. They are advertising heavily, offering simple visa rules, great prices, amazing experiences. Japan, for example, has become a very popular because of the weaker yen. Makes it great deal for travelers, and the world is full of incredible places, and right now many of them are simply making more attractive offers than US. This isn't just a problem for big airlines and fancy hotels. This fall in international tourism affects the entire US economy and puts millions of American jobs at risk. The travel industry supports over 15 million jobs in America. When international tourists who each spend thousands of dollars stop coming, the whole system feels it. Think about the job losses. One recent study suggested that if this continues, over 230,000 jobs could be lost. These are the jobs in restaurants, hotels, and tour services, jobs that help millions of people build their careers. For small towns that rely on tourism, this can be crushing. And big cities like New York and states like California are already losing billions of dollars. This means less tax money for public services that everyone uses, like schools, public transport, and cleaner streets. But the impact goes even deeper. It affects the person who runs a small gift shop near a national park, the city tour guide, the farmer who supplies food to restaurants, and the shop worker in a mall. International tourism supports a huge network of small businesses. When it falls, it hurts the finances of the people in the communities all across the country. It's the quiet crisis that is slowly hurting American communities, one cancelled trip at a time. But with every crisis, there is an opportunity. As a tourist look for alternatives to United States, they are searching for new, exciting, affordable destinations. And one country in particular is stepping into the spotlight, our India. While the US tourism industry is struggling, India is booming. In 2025, tourism is expected to add a massive amount to the Indian economy, and the number of jobs it supports is projected to grow over 48 million. This isn't just coincidence. It's happening because the world travel map is changing rapidly. Travelers who are frustrated by the high costs and visa problems of the US are discovering that India is a fantastic alternative. The country offers an incredible variety of experiences, from ancient places to colorful festivals to stunning mountains and a world-class heritage wellness centers, and you can experience all of this for a much lower cost, right? The Indian government has also been smart, investing in better infrastructure and simplifying its visa process. However, let's be balanced here. It's not a perfect situation. Just as Indians face long visa waits for US, Americans and other foreigners wanting to visit India also have their own visa paperwork to deal with. The US State Department also advises its citizens to be cautious when traveling to India. And while India is rapidly improving its roads, airports, some travel might find that getting around can still be an adventure itself. It is a different kind of travel experience with its own unique rewards and challenges. But the overall trend is clear. As travelers look for new options, India is rising to the top of their list. With its huge domestic travel market also growing fast, India has two engines powering its growth, turning it into a global tourism powerhouse, just as America's appeal seems to be dimming. This story about America's declining popularity is a serious wake-up call. It shows how things like government policy, public image, prices can decide whether billions of dollars and millions of people travel around the world. This is not just about numbers on a report. It's a loss of cultural connection, a hit to America's global influence, and a direct blow to the incomes of millions of workers in the America. Relying on its own domestic travelers can only protect the US for so long. As countries like India race forward, the global tourism map is being completely redrawn before our very eyes. The world is sending the clear message. The only question is, will the US listen? What are your thoughts on this? Is this just a temporary problem for the US, or is it a permanent change in how the world travels? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you like this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more business dramas and marketing sagas. Until then.